Hey everyone, welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company's Wednesday night showcase where we are playing Monster of the Week. As you will notice, I am not on camera. Due to scheduling conflicts and just all around trying to get ourselves settled in, I am not in my studio today, but I am instead sitting out in the front of my house, in front of my gaming rig, doing this thing, so I am not on camera. And I may not be as vocal, so if you do hear tiny voices interrupting me throughout the night, I apologize now. I'm going to try to mitigate that to the best of my ability. But nonetheless, we traverse on. We have hosting for us this evening like we did last week. Actually, like we do a lot of the weeks. Let's see. Who is actually hosting? Is that Maddie? Yeah. And we have V hosting in the sense they are the eye in the sky, the storyteller, the voice behind the situation. We have with us again, as we did last week, Jason. Jason, your character is again?
John Modison, Godling for Hire.
Godling for Hire. We have Jack, who is playing
Lauren. I don't even remember her last name. Hainsky?
Hainsky?
Does it matter? She's Lily in the Valley white girl.
That's
wow.
Accurate.
That's rough. We have Maddie, who is playing.
I'm playing Brandy, who is a hellhound.
Is she a fine girl, though?
God!
That joke was made last week.
I wasn't here last week, so...
Yes,
and peeking
girl.
out... and
you
peeking out on
Monty us when you join us.
Yep.
What did she say? More curves than a country road? Is that what she said?
More curves than a country back road. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Peeking out and joining us once again, back fresh from vacation, looking fly as hell, is Atlas, who is playing.
Eli!
Say that again without peeking.
I don't know why my mic does that. Eli Hammond. Ghost photographer.
Eli Hammond, ghost photographer. I like it. And I am playing Montague J. Gunderson, retired old man.
Retired old man.
So being an old man was his job, but he retired from that? Like
he's a retired truck driver, and now he's just an old man.
Ah, I see. So old man was not his occupation.
No. Prior to this, he was an old man who was a truck driver.
I see.
So, where did we leave off, storyteller?
Right at the edge of a fight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go.
Oh, there they go.
There they go. You guys were in the cafeteria eating and enjoying your instant coffee that Lauren found a box of 50 packs, I think it was.
Something like that. It's a lot of packs.
A lot of packs of instant coffee. And after a while, you guys noticed down the hallway that two large shadowy bodies were... Well, one at first, sorry, that was coming towards you. And as the first one started to push open the door, a second one appeared behind it. If I remember correctly, we had Brandy turn into a big dog. Monty leveled his gun at them. John wanted to fight the big one. And Lauren sat down.
Yeah. So I am
Lauren,
I'm having
much choice.
Yeah, I'm having a meltdown actually. So y'all do your best, and I'm trying to process what the fuck is going on at the moment. Also, hi Callie, thanks for joining us.
Hey.
So you've got one monster. She's kind of... Her hand is just reaching through the doors, forcing both of the cafeteria doors open. She is leaning forward a little bit. As far as you can tell, the small one is female, the large one is male. And the male is just sort of following up behind her as she is forcing the doors open.
Mm-hmm.
The lights are still flickering constantly. The hallway lights behind them now have sort of solid. They're not flickering anymore. They're just solid out. But the one that is above them in this cafeteria is flickering, while the rest of the lights in the cafeteria are still off. As they come in, you can still see the sort of rolling smoke effect that comes off of them. They've got like what seems like long fingers with like tips of claws. Otherwise, they have no distinguishing features when it comes to face, when it comes to if they have clothing on. They're just large, shadowy sort of bodies, like gaseous forms, I guess you could say. And they are coming in and going for the closest people to them, which would be John and Brandy. Because I know you guys were standing up front, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Yeah, they moved forward.
They're like, oh, we're getting that.
I'm I'm growling very lowly, which I'm assuming is like, considering the fact that they all know I am female, sounds very strange because it's a very deep chested growl. Don't fuck with a hellhound, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, they're fucking with the hellhound.
You know, I feel like I should be making an obligatory bitch joke in here, but I feel I might be wrong.
Oh.
What? I can't be the only one that thought of it.
Am I high right now? Am I just having a dream?
The moment
Please
they're
be a
through
dream.
those doors, Brandy's not even waiting for questions. She's just gone. And it's teeth leading.
Teeth leading. All right. What are you doing? What are you going for? Sorry, I'll explain this really quickly. The way fighting works in Monster of the Week is it's a move called Kick Some Ass. Now, I know in D&D when it comes to it, you say, I'm going to shoot it with my bow and arrow. You roll a d20, and that sort of dictates what you do. For Monster of the Week, what it is you explain what you're doing. You roll under the Kick Some Ass, and it still dictates in a way what you do, but no matter what, in most situations, you are causing harm and you are receiving harm. Unless there is armor involved, unless there is other things. Anybody can take a turn at any time. It's not turn-based. So if, like, Brandy has an idea, Brandy can go. John has an idea to follow it up, John can go. Monty wants to shoot, he can shoot in between their turns or afterwards, that kind of thing. So that's how Kick Some Ass works.
Okay.
In that case, John will just be a step behind her, and if she goes high, he'll go for a knee. If she goes for the leg or something, he'll go for a face.
She's going low because it's the easiest.
In that case, he swings for the face.
Okay.
So yeah, Brandy's going. She's going low. Okay. And she's aiming to bring the smaller one to the ground.
Bring the smaller one to the ground. All right.
So basically, grabbing a hold either around the arm or the leg and dragging to the ground.
Dragging to the ground. All right, perfect. So we're gonna start that off with a Kick Some Ass roll. So that would be.
As soon as they clear, like, you're both attacking the smaller one in front?
No.
Yes.
No.
John would be going for the bigger one, since that is what he told.
They're
Brandy.
both. That's right. They're both. Are they both through the door?
The smaller one is like halfway through the door. The large one is coming up right behind her.
Okay.
So we can't reach the big one yet. But yes, he called dibs on the big one.
As soon as the big one breaks through the door, I'm going to put a round in him.
Okay.
Alright. So, kick some ass?
Kick some ass. Roll some tough.
Is that... I was going to say that's tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
nice.
my god, finally!
Nice!
Yeah!
Awesome.
So we have a good roll. So that on a 10 or 10 plus, you get to choose an extra effect. So you can gain the advantage, take 1 forward, or give +1 to another hunter. You can inflict terrible harm, which is +1 harm. You can suffer less harm, which is -1 harm, or you can force them where you want them.
I'm gonna force them where I want them, which is on the ground.
All right, perfect. So as this small one comes forward, she's already leaning forward slightly. Your teeth sink into her ankle, like smoke instantly fills your face. But as you move your body and twist your body, you pull her feet right from under her, and she is flat smack back on the ground. She doesn't seem to she doesn't have any expressions, so she doesn't seem to give off the effect that ow, that hurt, or like that kind of thing. But she definitely takes some harm for that, and she is on the ground right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So the teeth are 3 harm.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
if there's any sort of armor, my extra was that it ignores the armor to a base. So, like, whatever their base is. I don't know how health and stuff work in this, so I'm letting you know that those were the 2 that I had chosen, were base, and then the extra was ignoring armor to a base.
Okay, so the way the way armor works, so if this had armor, what would happen is it would go to 2 harm instead of 3, but because you ignore the armor, it's a full 3. That's how that bad boy works. John, were you said you wanted to follow up and hit high, correct?
Yes.
Or okay.
I have clicked the button for my tough twice and it has not rolled.
Is your dialogue box hiding underneath your character sheet?
Let me see your sheet.
I've got my character sheet popped out separate.
I'm just gonna click it and see if I can get anything to go.
Okay.
Okay, I got it to go.
All right. Yeah.
Do you want to? I was gonna say, do you want to try reloading? It might help that sense.
Oh! I see what Maddie was talking about. The input value box.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's hiding in there, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, that's not good.
So on a 5 you get to, on a 5 it is a failed roll.
Rest in pepperonis.
You can take it.
Well, he was a fun character while he lasted.
Because of a botched roll, you do get to take +1 a point to experience. I don't know if we talked about experience. I didn't know if this was going to be a thing that got there. When you get 5 experience, you do, in the long run, get to get improvements. After 5 levels of experience, you do get to take like an advanced improvement. But I'm just going to mark it on your page because I haven't made it up, but that's just where that is.
Okay.
So now for me, I get to
do nothing.
Do nothing.
Do nothing. Just take it.
Do nothing. Just take it. So, when Brandy grabbed a hold of this thing's ankle, she pulled it from under you. You went to swing right at the head of this first one, and as she pulled it down, it caused you to fly over top of it, and just you don't fall, you don't take any harm, I'm gonna say, but you do. Your grip on your hammer lets go for a second, and it has gone with sheer force directly into the wall by the door ahead of you. So it's like a foot or 2 away from you, but it is now stuck in the wall and out of your hands.
Well, fun.
Bye.
Goodbye, friend.
Goodbye, hammer.
Goodbye. As as that goes flying out of your hands, and the first one goes sliding to the ground with Brandy, the second one, I'm gonna say, finally comes through the doors, and as the doors swing shut behind it. You wanted to shoot at it, right, Monty?
Yep.
Well, here's your chance. Give us your best tough roll.
I don't do anything for forward, right? Because does it calculate my 1?
Yeah, it automatically counts.
Is
the 7 a fail? Nope,
no,
on a 7.
Mixed success, right?
Mixed success, yep. So,
bang!
That was a bit closer than I meant for it to be. God, I can't hear. Hang on. Hang on!
You can't hear normally.
Map.
What?
Map.
As you take the shot, you do get the shot. It does not give the harm. Sorry, it does not give the harm that you would expect. It's almost like it knew the shot was coming. It does take a harm, but as you shoot, you can see how the mist sort of separates in the shoulder.
Like it goes around it.
It just like right, almost right through it. Like as it was entering, whenever like she opened the doors, it got a brief view of just you in the back, and as you shot,
holding the cup of coffee in one hand and the gun out in the other hand.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Throws the cup of coffee.
Hell with him!
No, he would just throw the cup of coffee and go, "Get on out of here!"
Get! You're not welcome here.
Yo, get!
We don't serve your kind here. Hello.
We don't cotton to your kind around here.
Oh my god. Okay. As I just switched to Brandy for a quick second. Brandy, as you are on the ground with this thing, you see it bend and shift, and it's still flat on the ground, but instead of being where it is, it shifts for a quick moment in the light, and it's turned to face you now, and it is reaching out and grabbing into whatever is closest to it, which, based on you biting its leg, would be your head. As it
messed up.
As it reaches out with both hands, it's sort of grabbing across the top of the muzzle, and its other hand is reaching out towards like the side of the dog's neck, and it's trying to rip you away from its leg while also pulling like sticking its claws into the neck of your the big fur mane. You take 2 harm from that.
Okay.
As it twists you off and forces you back.
So,
you don't.
Am I marking 2 checks on harm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't. It doesn't force you to the ground or anything like that. It's just forcing you off and a couple steps back from it.
Okay.
And then it's going to try and get back up to keep going. The big one is fully through the door now. The door is like swinging shut a little, like those revolving doors, and it's gonna try and get past both John and Brandy to get to the people in the back. Lauren, who is sitting, and Monty, who is who just took a shot at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't take too kindly to that.
Well, I tell you what, you son of a bitch, you think you can take me out, you come on. Stitched up my old leg while I was in Vietnam. You think you're gonna take me out? Ah, goddamn dare you.
I love him so much. He's my grandpa.
My grandpa, everybody.
Let's make his grandpa. What? It's going to slide past. Brandy, the smaller one is coming at you again because you were still the closest one.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna just keep going and biting until it's either gone or, you know, whatever else. But
Okay.
like, basically, it's as she's taking damage, she's biting back. She doesn't pull punches, as it were.
Pull punches. I mean, they would be soft paws, so
I
with sharp
listen
claws.
here.
But are you trying to bite the exact same spot?
Well, is she on? She's not on the ground underneath me anywhere, is she?
No, she is probably halfway to standing.
Oh, well then I'm going for the throat.
Okay.
Because I'm not on the ground, right?
That's true. You're not.
Like I'm not prone. I'm not on the ground, so I'm going for the throat if she's halfway to getting up.
Okay. Going back in with them teeths.
Hell yeah. It's all I got in this form. Yes!
Damn, bitch.
Alright, look, Atlas, I don't roll this well. Ever.
No, you're doing good.
You're stealing all of your good rolls for now.
I don't care.
That's not a bad time to use them.
I am kicking ass and taking names, and this thing is gonna take another 3 harm.
Perfect. It's the same thing on 10+. So you can gain advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1. You suffer less harm, -1. You force them where you want them.
You know what? This time I'm going to give a +1 for Jason.
For Jason?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Jason, when you go to kick some ass, you can take +1 forward because of Brandy.
Okay, how far away from me is my hammer at this point?
We'll say you started making your way over. There's really nothing in your way. You can see it crackling in the wall. So, probably within arm's reach now. Bless you.
Your hammer is lightning-y.
It is lightning, right? I'm not just...
Yeah, it's a thunder hammer.
Okay, thunder hammer, perfect. I was like, does he give us some sort of light?
Alright. So pulling it out would be an action?
No, you can just pull it out.
Alright.
You can pull it out. I was gonna say you could take...
Well, what I want to do, and you can tell me if this is actually mechanically possible.
Mm-hmm.
John's going to grab the hammer, yank it out of the wall, and go, well, let's see if I can do this on purpose, and try to peg the big one in the back of the head with it.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like fun. Let's do that. So as you're pulling it back, you just want to kind of swing your arm back and hit into the big one as he's got his back towards you.
If it's close enough that I can hit him without letting go of the hammer, sure. If he's taking a few steps away from me, then I just throw it at him.
While watching these things, you've noticed that they are quite slow. The way they step is they do take steps, but like the movement to get to the next step is what takes them quite a bit of a long time. He's not far. Taking like at least one step forward, you'd be able to at least smack into the back of the head.
Okay, we'll just do that then.
So whenever you do, if I remember correctly, whenever you do +1 forward, don't put the plus.
Yeah,
just put
do
the...
one.
I
see.
see.
0.
I see.
Which
Yeah.
is really unfortunate because you just rolled 2 6s.
Yeah. Okay.
Count it anyway. Count it anyway.
Oh, you
You
did.
rolled 2 6s.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Because it's the first time, let it stand. If he does it again, he's fucked. You've already told him once.
Okay,
First time, shame on that. Second time, shame on you.
Okay, well, I'll let it stand. So you roll 2 6s, so you've got a 13, a big whopping 6, 12, 14. You rolled a 15, actually.
Yeah, we got the +1.
You're welcome.
That is, I think, like one of the best rolls I've ever seen in my entire existence.
By golly, I believe you've done it. By God, I think he's done it.
So what does that actually let me do?
So for because you rolled it automatically for a 10+, so it's the same thing for harm. You gain advantage. You can take +1 forward for yourself or +1 forward for another hunter in their next turn. You can inflict terrible harm, which is +1. You can suffer less harm, which is -1, or you force them where you want them.
We will inflict terrible harm, I think.
You want to inflict terrible harm? Now, how much harm does your hammer do?
All right, the hammer does 3 harm, and because I have smite, it counts as a weakness against monsters I fight.
Ooh,
that's nifty.
Unarmed.
Well, it counts, and my hands would count.
Body and divine
it does more damage. So.
All right, so wow, you are dealing
a ton of damage.
A ton of damage. I think this is the most damage I've ever seen. So your hammer automatically does 3. Your smite does +2, so 5. And then because you're taking +1 arm, you're dealing a whopping big ol' 6 damage.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. As you hit the back of this thing's head, your hammer also, I noticed your hammer also does stun, so.
Oh, yeah. And holy, if that factors in.
So as you hit the back of this thing's head, it lurches forward. The massive damage that your hammer has done to the back of this thing's head, it takes a second, and as it's finishing its step, and then you can see it starts at the head right where you've hit, and it's starting to like whatever was holding this sort of fog shadowy thing together starts falling apart. It's almost like you see like a fog tower, and it just like over top, and it's just slowly but surely letting go of itself and falling to the ground. And you don't see anything on the ground, but where this thing stood, it is no longer standing. It's gone.
Poof.
Poof. It's like, or like if you ever have a bag that you just like pop, it's got like filled with fog, and you just pop it, it's like fog just dissipates, and that monster is gone. That creature is hella gone. Is
super dead.
It's
super dead.
Super dead. Big boy dead. So now all that's left standing is the one smaller shadowed, fogged body creature in front of you. As you guys are watching this big thing sort of dissipate, the small one doesn't seem to take notice as it happens. She's still sort of stuck in this sort of weird bite tango with Brandy, and it almost takes you a second for you guys to hear it, but you can hear what sounds like running down one of the hallways, and you can see what seems. The hallways are lit, but you can't see it right away. It's almost like it's coming not from the straight hallway, but from the side hallway. And the steps are coming extremely quick to the cafeteria doors. Once the steps are loud enough and you hear it, you can see the large bang as the doors open, and you see a person standing there. And Atlas, take it away.
Sorry, that was loud.
You're doing great.
I would like to hit the monster with my flashlight.
Are we playing Dead by Daylight?
Yes.
Hell yeah!
Roll
Starting on a good note here, guys.
Feel your pain.
Hey, storyteller. Is that a fail?
Oh, that's a big fail.
My
Please
dude.
Please mark it.
It just shows up. It's just. Oh god.
We gotta do something about your mic. 'Cause
Really
I know, it's bad. It's real bad. I am so sorry.
It's okay. We just love you so much. We want more Atlas, but like more clear Atlas.
More leveled Atlas.
Yeah.
What floors me is the fact that it's never consistent. 1 week
Yeah.
you get it, it's like perfect. It's immaculate. Other weeks we can barely hear Atlas, and then for the rest of the weeks, it's this.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
gonna
get it.
require you to play Eli as an ASMR. Just entirely
Honestly.
in his life.
Hi, my name is Eli. I take ghost photographs.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Keep doing that. Sorry, carry on.
You guys are great.
Sophie, tell me what happens. Do I die instantly?
He just has a heart attack and
You get instantly
dies.
engulfed by this creature. No.
Whoops.
Hey, whoopsies. As you... Oh god, I know exactly what I want to happen. As you go to hit this thing on the back of the head, maybe it was the footsteps that it heard coming up behind it really fast, or the yelling, or the heavy swish of the flashlight, but it's almost as the same thing as you saw earlier, Monty, when you took the shot at the big one, and it just right through the shoulder. As you go to hit through this thing, you actually end up it sort of dissolves around the flashlight, and you end up sort of bonking the big dog in the room on the nose.
No, puppy.
Which in the long run, Brandy, that causes you to let go. It's not a heavy bonk. You don't take any harm, but it's a good thunk that you hear from the flashlight.
You bonked me on the nose?
Yeah.
Puppy.
You've got, like, your nose is a little sore, but it was, like, enough of a hit that your nose is, like, a little tender now. For some reason, you can't smell real great through it for a split second, and you're just like, excuse me?
Whose side are you on?
Yours. I just messed it up a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
Is this creature still here, or is it just gone?
After taking the hit, it does take 1 harm from your flashlight, and you do see it dissolve the same way the large one did into the ground, and just sort of across the floor for a split second before just disappearing into the air.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I hit your dog. You okay there, puppy? Everything all right? Good puppy. Good puppy. I'm sorry, puppy.
Brandy just bares her teeth.
And all of this commotion, I think I've just, like, found a place under the table. I'm not even looking. I don't know what's going on. I hear an extra voice, but I'm, like, having a panic attack, so I'm just under the table at the moment.
And then Brandy is just gonna kind of lumber over to her clothes and just start to shift back.
That's not a dog. All right. Well, that explains quite a bit. I fancy seeing you here. I don't know any of you, but you're the first humans I've seen in a while, so that's a bit of a relief. How y'all doing?
How long have you been here?
And everything froze, so that's spicy.
What did he say his name was?
Oh, my name is Eli. Eli Hammond. It's,
Stop. That's enough.
Oh, alright.
Hey, Lauren, we found you a friend.
What? Is it, are those things gone?
Yes,
I'll,
sweetheart, they're gone.
Crawl out from, like, under the table and just peek my head over.
If at all possible, I'd like to be friends with all of y'all. I feel like I have plenty to offer this group, but, you know, if y'all got someone who will be real good friends with me, then I'm alright with that. What exactly are y'all doing here? You know, it's easier to just run away than it is to fight these things.
Brandy is just going to turn and look at Eli as she shrugs into her leather jacket. Oh yes, they're so difficult to handle. Because I totally didn't have it handled before I got bopped on the nose.
In my defense, I was just doing what I could with the time I had and the resources I had. I was trying to help. And as far as I can see, that thing's gone, so you've been helped. Listen, and I don't want to start anything. It's just good to see other people here, and I'm glad to finally be somewhere where hopefully I can get a little bit of help. How long y'all been in here?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah, give or take.
30 minutes? Really?
How long you been in here?
Lord only knows, but more than a couple of weeks, that's for sure.
Really? So did you wake up, like, in a random room like we did?
Yeah. Had a couple of folks with me for a while. That didn't go so great, but, you know, sometimes it's hard to know who's gonna stick around and who ain't. Anyways, woke up, don't really remember how I got here, but I did figure out a few things about these monsters, so hopefully that'll be something I can help you with.
Sure. How many are there? Just just the two.
No. Them things are infinite. Ain't getting away from those so easily. Listen, I'll show you where they're coming from, but we're all gonna need to be on our full guard. And quite frankly, I don't know if we're quite ready to take that on yet, but we'll do what we can. Here's a suggestion. Any of y'all got flashlights?
I think Monty had found one.
Yeah, I done found one under the table over there. Hang on. I got it right here.
Fantastic.
I'm kind of gonna go over to Monty and just, you know...
Things comes up, I want you to flash that right in their faces. They're not a big fan of that light right there. I've been using my camera. My flashlight here's out of batteries, but, you know, you do what you can.
I'm gonna actually hand the flashlight to Lauren.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I didn't lie. I said you was my favorite. So here you go.
Thank you. Are you okay?
Of course I am. Coffee's a bit of shit, but I'm alright.
Okay. Well, at least if you have a heart attack, we're in a hospital.
If I have a heart attack, just smother me.
Okay.
Yeah, quite frankly, I don't think you're going to find a lot of real good doctors around here, but you can give it your best shot.
Well, I sure as hell don't want to turn into one of them little ghosty things.
Am I bleeding anywhere?
Probably a good call.
Yeah, are you bleeding everywhere? That's a good question.
Yeah.
You took... That's a good question. Where is your page? You
Look,
took...
I took 2 harm, and I'm not sure if I got attacked again or not before I attacked. So I've only got 2 harm. Am I bleeding? Because I got bit.
You've got some claw marks on your shoulder, like punctures from where it grabbed into you. But besides bleeding on yourself, no bleeding on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, well, we'd best get going. I don't really know if we want to stick around in one place for too long.
Okay,
John, are you okay?
Where do you?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. They never touched me.
Good.
He just
It should be.
smite.
I just smoked the wall and then smoked the beast.
Oh, the wall was just a warning shot, right?
We'll go with that.
Yes.
Into his head.
She just like puts her hand on his shoulder and is just like, that was a warning shot, right?
Sure.
Well, hell no! I was aiming for him.
Also, Monty, you're damn right I have more curves than a backcountry road.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Look, I may be old, but my eyes still work along with other bits, if you know what I mean.
My God!
Get it.
I was hoping to help y'all out, but I'm thinking maybe I should go off, do my own thing if this is going to be the whole
I'm
adventure.
over this.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Monty, when we get out of here, drinks are on me.
Oh, God.
All right, that
Hey,
sounds
you're
like a
back.
good old plan to me. I'm sorry, what was that again?
I said, or off of me if you're into that.
Ah.
Ooh,
I'm just
you
really
remember when we talked about having a heart attack? Well, there we go.
I
Quit.
am covering my ears at this point and just walking away.
Lauren's just in tears, just sobbing. No, Grandpa, no!
Stop! Not like this.
I, as a
Word for
player,
the-
apologize for nothing.
I chose this and I'm following through with it. All right, let's do our first giveaway. We've got only a couple people in, but hey, why not? Let's try it. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Hey, our winner is Zerichua Blush.
It's me. Oh, shit. Oh, hello. I'd like to thank God and Jesus.
I'll
I
give
don't
you the.
think Lauren's gonna be thanking God and Jesus anytime soon.
I will give you the choice if you want. Dark Side Detective was what I was giving away, but if you'd rather have a different game or something, I've got a crap ton of them. So let me know if that's what you want or if you want something different.
You know me, I'm easy.
All right, I will pick something
Bella.
different because I am going to do it one more time with another game, and then we're going to.
We love being generous.
All right. Chibi is our other winner.
Yeehaw!
And the night's not over with yet. We'll do one more because like I said, I've got literally like 2 years worth of backstock that I can give away. So,
Yeah.
the other game that I'm going to give away, other than the one that I'm going to give to Jack, we've got Dark Side Detective. The next one I'm giving away is called Observer. It is a cyberpunk investigation game.
I know that one.
It
I've wanted that.
looks really cool. So if you are into that kind of thing, which that's another one that's like right up your alley, Callie. So I will be giving away Observer. If you want to go check it out over on Steam, it's greater than Observer in lowercase letters than an underscore. So let me know if you guys want to do that one. We'll do that one again here in a little bit. But Chibi, Chibi, I'll go ahead and give you over the code for Darksiders here, or Darkside Detective, not Darksiders, that's a different game. But Darkside Detective here in just a moment. But anyways, enough interruption from me. Back to the game.
Okay.
So I do suggest we get a move on because it doesn't really seem all that wise to stay here for any longer.
So you said you've been here for a few weeks. Have you found anything out about this place or how we got here? What it's about?
Absolutely not. I have a few theories if you'd like to hear them, but other than that, nothing too concrete. Actually, I have a room set up for it. Just a little something with a few, boards and whatnot. There's not much to put up, but, it helps me think.
Sure.
Fantastic. We all going, or is it just me and Lauren over here?
Lead on.
Fantastic. And I didn't talk to V about this beforehand, so I'm not actually gonna make this like a thing. But yeah, I think he would probably just have like a there's like a slightly broken down wall of something or whatever, and he's just set up some like various pieces of paper he found that just sort of say stuff on them. And V, is that okay? I don't want to like.
No, that's fine. We can say over your time here, after losing your last teammate, you kind of realized that there are some things you just can't do on your own. You managed to find what seems like you're not sure if it was like maybe a night guard's room or like a janitor's room, but you found like a little cot, and there you were able to pull like large whiteboards from some of the other offices while the other creatures were prowling the halls, and you were able to like either draw connections or find papers and like
something or another.
Smash it onto the whiteboard.
Pepe Sylvia! Pepe Sylvia! So yeah, he's kind of got that set up, and he sort of brings y'all in. I think it would probably be kind of crowded, but you know. So yeah, this is my base of operations. It's not much really. I haven't found a whole lot, but I got a few theories here. First theory: aliens. So I'm thinking that all these things out here are some kind of alien entity that are keeping us trapped here, and that they've somehow synthesized some form of human entrapment, and this is what they think. You know, so that's the first theory. Second theory: I'm in a coma. This is all a dream. None of you are real. Sort of scrapping that one because it's a little disrespectful to the fact that y'all are here right now. Third theory is I took way too many Xanax, and now, it's pretty much the second theory, except instead of me being in a horrible car crash with my lover, who, you know, we had this whole, like, backstory set up, and actually I'm a woman in that one, and the coma is for some reason telling me that I'm a man. Instead of that, the Xanax one is just that I took too many Xanax, and now I'm having some kind of crazy fever dream. So those are my theories so far.
So, aliens, coma, or a Xanax nightmare?
Yep.
Okay. Can I give you an alternate theory?
Go ahead.
You watched me turn into a hellhound.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's lending itself to a different theory, or possibly the Xanax one.
Yeah, Brandy, what was that about, actually?
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific than what was that about, because those were two ghosts that were trying to kill us, and I prevented them from harming your pretty little face.
What do you think I'm referencing right now? I'm not referencing your fucking jacket. I'm referencing the fact that you turned into a goddamn hellhound.
Monty looks impressed over the cup of coffee he's still drinking.
He's just like picked up another one before they all left.
Yeah.
John just standing next to Morty, waiting for the chick fight to start with his flask of ale.
Wait. Hey, top me off.
And he holds the coffee cup up to John.
I will gladly answer your question in just a second, Lauren. Eli.
Yeah.
An alternate theory is that this is all supernatural. Those aren't aliens, those are ghosts of some form or another.
Oh, no. I know what a ghost looks like, and that is not a ghost. Trust me, my boyfriend's a ghost. Do you want to see a picture? He's adorable. He pulls out, like, he's got these, like, Polaroids in his like back pocket, and he pulls them out and he like hands them to you, and it's all just like normal looking photos, but there's like a single like glowing orb in each of them, or like some spots or like a wisp of something. It's like, and that's him in that one, and he's real cute in that one. I love that one. That one's one of ours together. Oh, and that's when we went down for a beach holiday. That one was cute. But yeah, so yeah, trust me, those ain't ghosts.
Hey, Keeper, as one of the supernatural, can I actually figure out what the fuck that is?
Actually, you know what? You can kind of see the outline of a body. It's not exactly like clear cut for you because it is a photo, but there is an outline of a body, even though through everyone else it does just look like a little wisp.
No,
Okay.
that's it. He's out of his damn mind.
Well, he has been here weeks.
Eli.
Out of character, Eli does genuinely have a ghost boyfriend.
I believe it.
Wow.
Eli. Not
Yeah?
all ghosts look like this. Some of them look like black smoke monsters, exactly like we just saw. Also, Lauren, I turned into a hellhound. I've been a hellhound my whole life. I can't really walk around as a hellhound. I'd scare children.
I don't know. I think they'd find you kind of cute. You seem like you'd be fun to give a little scratch behind the ears if you hadn't tried to bite my face off.
I look to Monty. What kind of fucked up Twilight Zone alternate universe are we in right now?
Damned if I know.
I literally thought you were going to stop at Twilight and I lost my mind.
What kind of fucked up Twilight are we in right now?
Well, hell if I know. All I can tell you is the coffee's absolute garbage. And I'm down one round in my gun.
Yeah.
And brandy's looking good. I prefer this form over the other one, though.
I really wish you would stop talking about that, because I am really wanting to leave this party. Woo!
Please don't.
Come on, man. Embrace the if.
The
I
what?
go.
Is that some sort of foreign language?
Oh, God.
I wish.
Nobody explain it to him.
I just want to go home.
Alright, Lauren, we'll get you home so you can get back, into a clean pair of yoga pants and cuddle up with, was it cats you said you had?
3 of them.
I have 3 cats. The
And that
triplets.
damn dog of hers, too.
Charles! His name is Charles.
Aww.
She gives the damn thing a manicure. Or a pedicure. I don't know, whatever.
No, I think those might actually just be claw covers, and those are actually really good for the animals. Besides the point, Brandy, how about you tell me about your animals?
Lauren.
Because by the way, Brandy's doing, or not Brandy, Lauren, tell me about your animals. I'm sorry, I was looking at OBS to make sure everything was going right, and I was looking at my own friggin' portrait. She is doing this to distract
Enamored with your own
Lauren
self.
from freaking out, by the way.
I'm
'Cause
like,
if Lauren's talking about her pets, she's not panicking.
I just because I don't want to go to that place in real life, because I will. I'm just going to say
do it on stream
that-
right here.
I'm just going to say that I talk about my cute little kitties and all the cute stuff they do, and in the morning they like to have their breakfast with me and blah 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 blah, and Mr. Whiskers loves to have showers and stuff like that. Just stupid stuff.
He is Monty is rolling his eyes so hard you think he's gonna pass out.
Brandy gives her just rapt attention.
Anyway,
Don't encourage it, please.
we just need to get home, and then I can see them again, and everything will be fine.
Alright,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna promise you something, Lauren. I'm gonna get you home.
Thank you.
But you really need to not panic when I turn into a hellhound.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna...
Hey,
I'm gonna hurt everybody else that's gonna try to hurt you, but I ain't gonna hurt you.
Okay.
Oh, now ain't that sweet. See? Everyone's friends. I like that. I like that we're all getting along like this. I think
Eli,
that's
you want
nice.
me on the nose again with your flashlight, and I'm gonna bite you.
Oh, come on. We can't let bygones be bygones.
And she's grinning, by the way, so she's teasing you.
Oh, okay.
But Atlas, no, she was 5 feet tall from tip of the ears to the floor. Looks like a Doberman with a glowing chest and brimstone smoke from the eyes.
Puppy. Puppy.
So you're just
Eli.
telling me a puppy.
Eli with no self-preservation whatsoever. Puppy! is a dangerous hellhound. Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy?
I still think you would just roll over and loll your tongue out.
I would not. Especially not from somebody who just booped me in the nose.
Embrace the F.
Just no.
Well, her parents clearly did.
Oh.
No.
Whoa!
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeesh.
It's a yipes from me.
Is it now?
Yes.
So here's what I'm gonna say. I'll bring y'all to where these things are coming from if you guys try to help me get something out of there. I can't do it on my own. I do need your help for it.
Alright. What do you want from us?
Here's the thing. With my old team, we managed to figure out where these things were coming from, and that if we got in there, we could probably find some way to escape. The only issue is, every time we tried, we ended up in some deep trouble. And when I tried on my own, I very nearly died. Not that I know what dying here does and if it stays permanent, but I don't really want to figure that out. So, here's what I'm thinking. We all go, we give it our best shot, and then if we make it, we make it, and if we don't, we just run away best we can. After all, we can use the bright lights to distract them, and that'll give us an exit point, and then we can regroup, figure out what we're going to do, and try to get back in there again. Seem like a good plan?
Nope, better than waiting around for him to come and grab us.
Now that's an attitude I like.
Have you tried leaving the hospital?
I don't know, me? Has he tried leaving the hospital?
You see, now that's a good question. From like all these side rooms and the windows, you can clearly see outside. There's no difference in how when you entered seeing like all the trees that are surrounding. You can leave the building, but you can't get past like the gate. You can't get past the gate that really goes down that long road away from the hospital.
Okay, cool. So it's like in an RPG where it's like you can only go to a certain point, and then it's like, do you want to open the map, or it just sends you back to the.
It's like one of those things where you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out, and then it actually like forces you to turn around.
Yeah.
Like one of those end of the world maps, and it's just like, no, you can't go there.
Right. Yep. Someone's home because my dog's running around like an idiot. Munchie. Munchie. Munchie.
So we're going to go to the location where you found those things.
Yep. I assume. Are we all good with that? Are we all going to the?
Yeah.
I'm down to fun.
Yep.
Nah, sister, you're not getting me to no secondary location.
Yeah,
right.
let's do it.
All right.
Do we have I take it we know using the map locations where or the maps like that we found to the cafeteria? Are there more of those around?
Yep. There's a couple nurse stations around the floor where it actually has the map directly on the wall.
I'm gonna take one of the maps down so that way I have one with me instead of relying on one.
Gonna pry the poster off the wall.
Sure, I've got a multi-tool.
Okay.
I'll pop a screw out.
Just like take down the plexiglass, roll up the paper. Okay.
Take the plexiglass off, roll up the paper, go. Before I do though, I want to show Eli and go.
Where on the map is this place, do you know?
You got a map? That's something else. All right, well, let's take a look here.
Well, I mean, it's not rocket science. There's a bunch of them hanging on the wall all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is this something Eli would have seen and noticed?
Yes.
Well, okay, I didn't realize.
I'm sorry.
I'm an idiot. No, it's fine.
I mean, it's a hospital. They're like everywhere.
There's even like those like paths on the floors where follow the red line to X-ray.
Yeah.
You're getting sassed by this like 5'7" old man, skinny arms and legs, wearing a flower print shirt that's open with a tank top underneath, and he's got a pair of cargo shorts on and like hiking boots with wool socks in there.
Yep.
All right, Merle Highchurch.
Does he have like? I'm just curious for the sake of my sanity. Does he have like? Would he have farmer tans like on his ankles if he took off his boots?
Oh hell yes!
Great.
It's horrendous, and Lauren hates it.
Margaritaville.
Yeah, he's got like his hair is super short, like it's just stubble of white and gray on the top of his head, and then like the faint stubble of of mutton chops, like from across the top of the lip down the side and up. It's just stubble. It's not grown in. Nothing on the chin though.
Beautiful.
He's perfect. Like a handlebar mustache. That's great.
Alright, so Eli looks at the map and kind of is like, alright, well, let's see. If this is where we are here now, then that ought to be where it is. We can't go this way. That thing's going to be way too clogged up, and the monsters tend to go around this way rather than taking this route, so I do suggest we go here. And then if we do go this way, we got to make sure we got plenty of weapons on us, just because there are a few smaller ones you got to take care of. And make sure you keep your wits about you, because they do like to climb in between your feet. Anything else? I think that's it. Y'all ready?
Lauren.
Yes.
Look, honey. I mean this, and this is going to be serious, so if one of them things comes at you, aim that flashlight at them. Don't hesitate. Don't run away. Stand your ground.
Okay.
All right. We get out of this, I'll give you a Werther's.
Gee, thanks.
What? You always liked him when you was a little girl.
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago. It's
narrows his eyes at you.
Aww.
I bet you still like him. Come on.
Aw,
she does.
Cute.
I just want you all to know I suffer for this, but I enjoy it so much.
It's great, honestly.
You're just practicing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start chomping around the house, yelling at the kids in that voice.
Yeah, exactly.
And I told you to quit touching your sister. Damn it, sit down.
Eat your chicken tenders.
The chicken tendies.
Now you can't have a damn lollipop. Sit down.
I love that.
All right.
All right, let's get going.
As you guys are walking around this hospital, Eli, you recognize some of the like flipped gurneys and some of like the blocked off paths that you and your old teammates had made trying to find a way into the room or to block off their paths. It's the room you need to get to. Looking at the map is directly in the center. From as far as you can tell, Eli, the last time you were there, it was some form of like staff room or locker room that would have been for the, I was about to say hotel staff, for the hospital staff. So for the nurses, the doctors, all that type of stuff. The last time you did this with one teammate, the last teammate that you had left, he had gotten in and he just never came back out.
Delightful.
Delightful. On your paths, you notice that there is, the flickering of lights is the best notification for where they are, but you see them at the end of the hallway and then they move off, or they'll move down if they notice you or if they see movement. there's really no indication on how they know where you are. It just seems right now that they are making some sort of rotation on a specific path.
Would Eli have sort of a understanding of that rotation, like at least like a vague, like, okay, well, I know that they sort of go over here if you go here, and then like if you wait for them to pass by here, they can go around this way or something?
Yes. You, one time you noticed, you took the time to sort of watch them and track them, and when your old teammate would move one way, it seemed that they would turn and move the other, almost like a mirror effect, but in different hallways.
Okay.
At least you would, well, you guys didn't have any sort of contact, there were no walkie-talkies or anything like that, but you would see, as like he would leave where you found them, he would go this way, and all of a sudden it almost looked like they would turn and walk into a different direction. And when you see him turn down another hallway, they would turn again and either walk back up or walk down a different hallway.
Okay, cool. So, vague understanding of how the monsters work is enough as far as being able to kind of get us there, so to speak. So, Eli's just gonna kind of take them, like, up to the point where they're, like, outside the room, and sort of just stop and be like, alright, so here's what I'll say about this. I don't want anybody going in there alone, and I want to make sure that everyone's got visuals on everybody as we're going in, because if something happens and we need to make a run for it, even if we end up losing one, which I hope to God is not going to happen, even if we do end up losing someone, I'd be better off if we knew what happened to him so we can prevent it from happening in the future. Y'all understand?
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds like you need me in Hellhound form.
All right.
I don't know. Whatever's going to help you run fastest.
Run fast? Gosh, damn! I'm nearly 70 years old. What are you talking about?
She's. Is there like? Would it be permissible to have just like a small bag that she would stuff her clothes into so they don't get lost? Like you know, like the drawstring bag that I usually take to cons.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
I was gonna say fanny pack, but
fanny pack.
I don't think that's
you're gonna fit a pair of panties in a fanny pack.
Look,
yeah, so I'm like, maybe not a fanny pack. I'll give you a drawstring bag.
I'm good at packing. Okay, I can pack things into really small places. But to pack a leather jacket, a pair of leather chaps, and jeans, and a t-shirt into a fanny pack, it's not happening.
They just shrink down to doll size. No, I'm kidding. You can have a drawstring bag.
You want me to hold on to that for you?
She's gonna take it all off, and then she's gonna throw it at Lauren.
Okay.
Well, it's in the bag, so she just threw the
Well, hell, I'll remember it's dinner, for this to be dinner and a show.
With all due respect, is he always this, what's the word? Press?
Yes!
Yeah, this isn't even like the tip of the iceberg with this guy.
Alright, well,
I just met him about 30 minutes ago.
This is me being PC.
Oh, great. That's promising. Alright, well, sure. So. Anyhow, we all ready to get going in there? He's politely averting his eyes from Brandy.
Not Monty.
Yeah. Until I like reach over and smack him, like, stop! You're being creepy and old.
Yes! I've earned it!
Yes, I am.
Yes,
I fought in a
war. Lived on this planet long enough.
Sounds like someone needs to drink some respect women juice.
He does.
I'm pretty sure he knows plenty about respecting women, and then she's gonna just shift into
juice.
No, it's not so interesting. Well, show's over.
Okay, that our dog is.
All right, let's head in, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
as you're coming up to the door, the lights are on. You don't see anything. As you go up to the door, still nothing, still quiet. Your hand hits the door handle, and as you twist it to push the door open, who's in front? Actually, let me ask that question. Who?
I would probably take the lead because I'm the one who suggested we get into this anyway.
Okay. As you twist the door open and you open it up a crack, you can see there's no window on this door, but through the crack you can see something in the corner of the room. It's not one of the creatures. Well, as far as you can tell, it's like this big black blob almost, and it's fairly large. It's strung up on the walls to keep itself standing, and you can see it shifting and pulsating like just, I don't know, a big jiggly blob. And
my favorite Pokemon.
Jiggly Bob.
Big old jiggly bob.
Big old jiggly bob. And as you watch it for a moment, you can actually see it's almost like it opens, but because it's all the same color, you can't really tell. It's like, oh god, what's a good example of a fruit? I don't know.
What's a good example of a fruit?
Jello. As you know when you cut Jello, you can see the seam, but as you like split it apart, it's like all the same color.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost what it looks like. That's the effect of it. And you can see one of the creatures just slowly like sitting up almost and standing and walking, and it comes out in pairs of two. So the female comes out and then the male follows suit. And they take a couple seconds to reach their sort of full height like they were before, but the two creatures that you faced in the cafeteria and Eli that you have faced on sort of countless times now have reappeared in the room.
All right, that's them. Ready to engage?
I just squeeze around off into the blob.
We're trapped in the Pac-Man maze. You kill the ghost, they reappear in the center room.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember that game.
Oh, hell, it is a bit like Pac-Man, eh?
And then there's just the sound of a 1911 firing in the room.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
just no like leaning over Eli's head.
I think Eli's taller than Monty.
Eli's pretty
just
short.
Like
He's
under
not.
his arm. Like snaking your arm in between him to shoot at the blob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus! Oh, all right. Relax.
What? Did we come here to have a conversation with it or kill it?
Well, I guess you're right, but aren't you being a little hasty?
Nope.
Nope.
Got me through the jungles of Vietnam. I figure it'll work here.
Well,
John goes ahead and kicks the rest of the door open. Or kick the door the rest of the way open.
The door handle rips from your hand, Eli, whose jaw just kicks the door.
Hey, look at Brandy. Come on, let's redispose of the monsters.
As Sean, as you kick open the door, you watch, and Eli, you've actually never seen this before. The creatures, they turn, and almost within a split second, they start shifting into each other. They're taller, they're larger, and they're shifting to become one big unit.
Absolute unit.
Oh, Lord help us.
Phrasing.
It's still almost like a single body. It's just like it's more of like, I guess, the way the male looked, where it's broad shoulders, large and tall, and the only difference is there are 4 arms.
It's Ghost!
Oh shit, huh? Whoops.
It's a
Sorry.
preview campaign coming back to haunt us.
Lauren, honey. Lauren. Fire the flashlight at the big creepy thing with 4 arms, please.
Okay, and I flick it on, and I'm like,
Eli lifts his camera and takes a picture.
As you guys as you guys are doing this, Eli, you've always noticed that it takes them a second. It stuns them for like a couple seconds, so you can always get away. With this big guy, you realize that the flashlight, it has an effect, and it seems to sort of pause for that split second, but it comes back to almost right away. When the flashlight hits its body, Lauren, where are you aiming it?
Probably like at its face, because that feels natural. I feel like that would be where.
As you aim it at its face, you see the shadows for a split second drift away from the spot you're aiming the flashlight at, and you can see a face, and then you can see another face, and then you can see another face, almost like they're shifting between a couple different faces. Eli, you recognize all of these faces as your past teammates.
Oh, hell.
The flashlight does seem to have an effect where it ends up moving back more, but if anything, the faces, their eyes are completely white. You can't really tell an expression except for one, and it is rage. And actually, no, sorry, it's not rage. It's fear. This is complete wrong.
That's better. Yeah, that's way better. Thanks, B. Yeah. That makes me feel so much better.
Well.
It's fear, but the body reacts and re-hunches forward. The shadows recover the face, and this creature is running at you.
Oh boy.
With intents to grab whoever is in the front.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's me. That's me.
Well,
oh boy. Oh
it's
boy.
got a head. You can knock it out.
As soon as you guys opened the door, she was past you and in the room.
Go for
John's
it.
right behind her.
I'd like to fire my revolver at the motherfucker as well.
All right. We will. Okay, so sorry. Let me go over this. As you guys were watching this thing shift and transform, Brandy, you said you snaked your little doggy way through the legs into the room.
Little doggy way, just plow us over.
It's like a horse. Loose in a hospital.
There's a horse in the hospital.
In the hospital.
And then John is directly behind.
Oh, we're way past that.
We're way past that.
All right. It's going to try to grab a hold of Brandy and John then. 2 arms on one side are sort of reaching down to grab a hold of Brandy, more along the lines of like forehead and like maybe the scruff of your neck. And then John, it's coming like right for the collar, like the front collar of your shirt, and whatever part of your jacket that it can grab, or sorry, your shirt, because I know it's a plaid shirt, isn't it? I think you said. Yeah, your flannel shirt. It's grab at your like the front collar of your shirt, and then the anything that it can grab on your flannel shirt. And it's gonna try and pull you guys away from the rest of the group and more into the room.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Don't do that.
Don't do that. As Brandy, as you feel it grab you, like right in the head, and there's this kind of weird pull almost like it's not suction cupping your head, but it's trying like it's suction cupping your head. Like an elephant kiss. It's cute.
Only exactly the opposite.
Only exactly the opposite, because it's trying to pull you into its body.
Slurp.
Chanting one of us.
Well, I mean, it certainly can try, but I seem to think that somebody might have a problem with that.
Namely you.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I wasn't referring to me. And the keeper knows what I'm talking about.
Cool.
But I'm gonna bite. Like, you may have a hold of me, but I'm gonna still try and turn my head to the side and bite.
Okay. The way it is holding onto you, it has the one lower hand directly on your forehead and pulling you almost in towards it, and the other hand that is above is on its neck. You're gonna take -1 forward if you try to bite. Because you are twisting in a way that is making it a little difficult for you to get there.
That's fine.
Okay.
Claw at it with your back feet.
I don't have clawing as an attack.
Ooh, no, she does not. This bad boy does, though.
Once again, I'll just be aiming for the head.
Okay.
Okay, so tough -1?
Tough -1.
Can I squeeze off around into the thing's head, too?
It's a 9. Yes. So that is a mixed success. You and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. That usually means like the harm rating, and the enemy inflicts their harm rating on you. So you said you were going to try and bite it.
Yep.
Really quick, I'll just figure that out real quick. You have +1 for biting, don't you? You do. I don't remember. Okay. As you shift and bite into it, you can't bite into its arm, so the first thing that you can bite into is its leg. Because it's it'd be the closest thing to you right now.
Okay. That'll work.
You inflict the 3 harm. You can see it sort of like its body almost shake. As it the one on the back of your neck actually lets go, but the claws that are on your forehead push down into it more. You're gonna take 2 harm, and you're in a rough spot.
I'm gonna take how much harm, sorry?
2.
Yikes.
Okay.
Brandy, you are feeling rough, and like you do get the bite off, but you do have to let go because the pain is starting to get to you, and it's not like a bleeding pain that you feel right now. It's more of something ringing in your head, and it's quite a lot. It's almost it's kind of clouding your head a little, your brain a little bit, clouding your ideas. I'll do Monty really quick because you're squeezing another round off into it, right? Into the creature, into the egg.
Into the I think I'm gonna aim for the creature at the moment.
Okay, because I know you hit the egg, or the egg. I'm calling it the Jello egg.
Close to Easter.
You're welcome. Happy Easter, everybody.
Shoot the blob egg.
Shoot the blob egg. It's just dropped in the black ooze of Satan's pool. Sorry.
Wow. Wow. Roll
you know how when you color the eggs, it's just instead of just like fun food coloring, it's like Satan's pit.
Yeah, totally.
Normal
so
Easter
black
stuff.
is what you're telling us.
Yeah, it's like blackish, purplish sheen. It's
Anish Kapoor's Blackest Black.
It's disgusting.
Thank you.
Monty, you can mark experience because unfortunately that is a fail.
Oh my god! If you shoot me, I swear to God.
You shoot the dog. No, I'm kidding. You don't shoot the dog. I wouldn't do that to you. As you go to take the shot, you hear the click. You don't hear like the normal bang though. You try again. You pull the trigger and it has that dull, soft sounding click, but another shot does not go off, and your gun is currently jammed.
Rip.
So your shot does not go off, and you do need to take some time to unjam your gun.
Do I still have the base of the phone that I had from the earlier room?
I'll say yes.
All right, I just put the gun back in my belt and hoist my phone. I'm going melee.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Ring, ring, bitch!
Let me. Okay.
Yoo-hoo! Avon calling!
This is not a collect call. Okay. I'm gonna go, Sean, really quick because you wanted to hit it with your hammer, right?
Yes, I wanted to smack it in the face.
Smack in the face. It is quite a bit taller than it was before, so you do have actually. How tall is John? That's a good question.
6'1", 6'2", something like that. He's a large, imposing fellow.
Okay, never mind. You can reach. Probably like around that. Well, why is it ghost all of a sudden? Stop! I wish you didn't say that.
Oh no!
Yes, you can't unsee it.
I can't. You're just fighting. Well, you
No, I don't want to fight ghosts.
I was going to say I don't think
Good boy.
ghosts. You go to swing your hammer up. You have to aim yourself you have to shift just a little bit because it does have a hold on you. You can roll to kick some ass. You will have to put in take -1 forward because it does have you at a little bit of a disadvantage.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's 9. That's it's a mixed success, but you are still causing it harm. As you reach up and your hammer smacks into its head, it does take the full 3 damage. And
plus weakness.
Plus
And also thank you for everyone ever told the story to, like, Alondra.
sorry, plus your smite, right?
Yes.
So it takes that extra 2 harm. Because of the stun on your hammer and the electric effect that the light does set off, there is you see the faces again for a split second. They're not as scared this time, but there is there's no control. You can see that these people do not have control over what they are doing.
Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
It does take they do take a good 5 whopping damage, and the creature is stunned and sort of takes a step back. Another hand that was on you, the one that was on the collar of your shirt, lets go as it kind of pulls back. They do pull you in another step. Whoever hits next will take +1 forward. But damage-wise, you do take plus you take 1 harm as it starts to the one that is on your shirt, instead of holding just onto your shirt, it's now holding onto your side, and it's digging its claws, or starting to dig its claws into your side.
Now I have got on gear. I have got divine armor.
Oh, do you have armor?
Yes, which I was taking to be my biker leathers.
So you have 1 armor, so you take no harm, actually.
Bastard.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. I'm glad you called that out. All right. It is stunned for a brief moment, it is still trying to pull both Brandy and John into the room.
Yo, wait just a second. I think those are my friends. I don't know what's going on. Shit, something's wrong. They can't control themselves.
Yeah, honestly, we don't really have time to wait. I think now is time for you to just kind of accept the inevitable.
But
goddamn, I believe that's the smartest thing you've ever said.
But if we're able to get them out of there, we might get more information on what's going on. I'm just saying.
I really don't think it's actually...
The egg thing. Attack the egg thing while me and Brandy keep the monster busy.
Can do.
And she's like growling, but it's not... I mean, none of you understand what she's saying.
It's not raggy.
But it's there is a lot of pain behind that growl.
Oh yeah, Brandy's hurting.
Like, you people need to start doing something.
Okay.
Brandy's gonna be in trouble.
Okay. I'm kind of panicking now because, like, Eli's making stupid decisions and we don't really have weapons, so I'm just like, oh, fuck. And, I will, put Brandy's bag down, and by put down, I mean, like, throw on the ground, and kind of, like, search my body for something that is, like, you know, a little bit useful.
As you throw that to the ground, you hear the, thud of something metal in that bag hit the ground.
And I will open it and root around your undergarments.
I'm gonna steal your stuff while you're a dog.
Find a 9mm.
Use this, and I'll just kind of like towards Monty.
Cap, the safety is on that gun. I swear to God.
Hang on.
No worries.
You are throwing a loaded pistol or a loaded handgun.
It's Lauren. Like,
oh my God.
Come on.
I love the sheer panic.
Wait. I may have missed that.
Okay.
Did you just take the gun out of my belt and throw it?
No. There was a gun.
That would be funny,
my
though.
Bag. There was a gun. Bag.
Yeah, in her bag, and I took it out of the bag and just kind of like hucked it towards you.
Towards me.
The safety is on.
Yeah.
It's fully loaded, and the safety is on that gun.
Can I scoop it up, dive, and fire at the egg?
Oh, badass.
You're old, motherfucker! You think you can do any of that?
No.
Okay, he
Scoop
does
it
his
up
Pilates.
and roll. Now, first of all, for the roll, can you do me a quick solid and roll for an act under pressure for plus cool? Just see if you can manage a good roll, or if it's or if you break a hip.
He's not that old.
How old did you say Monty was?
Let's see. He would have been. He is. Hang on a second. I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm. Do you have it on your page? I can just pull it up. I can find it.
No, I don't. He was in Vietnam, but like in the 70s.
Okay.
I think he's around 68. I want to say.
Okay. Perfect. So for a 9 on a 7 to 9, I get to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. I'll let you do a roll, but because of the layout, I'm gonna go with hard choice. So I'll let you do the roll. I'll let you manage the roll real good. But if you your choice. You roll and you end up in a position where you cannot aim at the egg, but you can aim at the monster.
Okay.
Or you can roll and get a good shot on the egg, but you are in harm's way of the monster. Wait, did I just say the same thing twice?
Yes.
No. I can't aim at the egg, but I can shoot the monster.
Okay, yes. Sorry.
I can shoot the egg, but I'll be in harm's way of the monster.
Yes. It's just.
I'll take my chances with the monster. I'm gonna aim at the egg.
Okay. You do your roll. I'm gonna say you get the shot off on the egg, and as the bullet ricochets into it, you see it. It's got that good jiggle effects. But as you roll, so you roll forward instead of like rolling to the side. Let's say you hit the egg. Good old jiggle ripple, and as you finish the shot, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and as you look behind you, the creature the hand that was on the back of Brandy's neck has reached over and gripped onto your shoulder and is starting to pull you back towards it.
If the creature was stunned, does it get a chance to do that?
That's true, actually.
I was gonna let it happen because Monty's got some words for him.
I want to talk to this boy.
Also, the 9mm does 2 harm. Just so you know.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Just I don't know how you're calculating damage for.
I'm
this
counting
egg.
it as 1 harm because it's not his. I know it does say 2 harms.
No, I was letting you know what it should do.
You know what? The egg has armor. Fun fact. So no, it's not taking 2 harm.
So this is an XCOM egg. Good to know.
Yeah. 50-50 chance.
Oh, hell with y'all.
That's right. The creature is stunned. I'm gonna say because of the stun. Okay, it doesn't grab a hold of you. It knows you are there, and you are in a very good spot to be grabbed. It's fairly close. There is that chance you can get away from it, but it does not grab a hold of you.
Okay.
Not yet. But yes. It's at this point that I'm actually going to say that it's sort of shaking itself off a little bit. It is shaking itself off. It's getting rid of it's shaking its head. Its whole body is not vibrating, but sort of, I'm almost going to say pulsating.
Gross.
Gross. But it's not even like just in one spot of its body. It's almost like you know when you'd hear a heartbeat or like anywhere you'd see like the echo of the body like shaking and like pulsating in a way. It clears itself of the stun, and its attention isn't on Monty right now. It's turning its attention back to John. You're the one that hit it. You're the one that dealt a lot of damage. It's bringing the arm that it let go of you on, and it is going back, and it is clawing at you now. You're gonna take 2 harm, which is only 1 because of your armor.
Okay.
But it is got a grab of it's got a hold of you now with both hands, or 2 of the hands, and it is pulling you back in closer to it now. And it still has a hold of Brandy, and Monty is in prime touchable position.
So how many arms do I have on me?
2. You have the 2 on one side.
So if I went in on its... Let's see. If I went in on the right... So basically it's like its 2 left arms are holding me over on this side. Okay.
One's got a hold on your side, and the other one's on your shoulder.
In that case, I try to bring the hammer up under its chin.
Haymaker!
Okay.
Uppercut!
Ooh, good. So, okay, under its chin. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and make your roll. And you can go ahead and mark experience.
Oh.
I shall do that.
That is rough.
Yochi, yochi, yochi.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Alright, where is experience at?
Experience is just under harm.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay. As your hammer hits, it does connect, but it seemed ready for it this time. And as it connects, you can see it vibrate just down its chin, down its neck, over its shoulder, and down its arm. And the hit that you normally give hits you dead. You're not going to take all that damage that you usually do. It'll be 1 damage because of the regular 2, because the claws dig in a little bit more. There's no like stun effect or any sort of lightning effect. You do take that 1 damage as it sort of vibrates and it forces its claws into you more. It now actually digging into your shoulder as well. You can see now as well the hand that was on your side is sort of melting over your side, and as it starting to spread across your side and your body.
Hey Brandy, how much harm are you? I mean, how much harm have you taken? 2 total?
4.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So that 1 harm it does me, my armor would stop that?
Yeah. Well, it does. It does 2 harm, but it only does 1 harm because of your armor.
Okay.
Could I, at some point in time...
So that's 2 I've taken this round. Okay.
Yes.
Could at some point in time I use my action of let's get out of here where I can protect someone by telling them what to do or by leading them out on Brandy?
Where the heck is your page? There it is. Let's get out of here. If you can protect someone by telling them what to do or by leading them out, roll charisma instead of tough. You want to try and get Brandy out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you... Or what are you telling them to do?
Oh.
Or are you helping? Are you telling them what? Are you?
No,
trying
yeah,
to tell them
absolutely.
What to
Drop straight to the ground and roll backwards. Get as close to Lauren as you can. I'll distract him.
And I'm going to use my phone as a weapon and try to get Brandy out of harm's way.
do? Okay. So for that, you get to roll plus charm instead of
Yeah.
plus
All right. I'll roll that right now. Oh, come on!
Rip!
Well, you can mark experience.
Jesus Christ! We're gonna be leveled up by the end of this game!
They certainly can, if we're not all dead.
Yeehaw!
Half of us will be dead, the other half will be leveled.
Well, he was a good one. Bye.
You were nice to look at. See ya.
He was awfully easy on the eyes.
As you don't know if it's the fact that this creature has Brandy by the head, its claws almost looking like it's sticking into her forehead, that she doesn't hear you, or there's something that's clouding her mind a little bit.
Probably the fingernails in her head.
Yeah. Like a nail
Gonna go out on a limb there.
It's a little baby limb.
One of 4 limbs.
Ha ha!
1 of 4 limbs. Yep, you're not wrong.
Love it. That was good.
No, it wasn't.
Shut the fuck up and take it.
I love
It
you.
was okay.
I love you, bitch!
Alright, the Love Fest is good. Let's go.
Let's go. People are
All right,
dying.
Who's
hang
doing
on,
what?
Cap. Hang on. They had to sit through the 2 of us.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's fair. That's fair.
We're just being nice to each other.
Oh my god, please stop.
Dear God, never that again.
Hey, storyteller. Hey,
Yes.
keeper. How does one repair themselves or heal themselves in this?
For healing, if you get down to like, so if you're at 0 harm or more, it's like You're momentarily inhibited. Drop something, take -1 forward. 1 harm or more. Fall down, take 1 ongoing, pass out, intense pain. Unstable wounds. If you're 8 harm or more, you are dying or dead.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
like one
I
of those,
see.
it's like that sort of thing, like if 8 harm or more, you're kind of at that moment of, you need a hospital. Now I know you're in one.
A better hospital than this one.
Yeah.
A staff hospital.
A staffed hospital. One where the staff isn't weird, shadowy, ghosty things.
Well, let's dispatch this thing and let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Brandy, you are inhibited right now. You your mind is so clouded that you don't really actually remember where you are. You don't remember what's going on, and you are having quite the time trying to break that hold to fight back. You are just stuck in this spot right now.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
She is mentally begging for help.
Oh.
Help. Need somebody. Help. Not just anybody.
So really, all we hear is a dog whining.
Yeah,
it's just.
Yep.
But she is mentally begging for help. And since she's trying to commune with somebody that isn't there, that'd not be a roll on weird.
You know what? Yeah. Do it. Just roll plus weird. Nothing forward, nothing back. But with the fog and with the static that you hear, it's just like a soft, it's a soft voice, but it's a voice you well recognize. Just kind of, it starts by chuckling and just laughing, and it doesn't say anything to you, but you know who it is. And for a split second, everyone around Brandy, you can see her eyes close, and the flames on her fur, her chest, the flames around her feet, they've dulled out for a quick moment, and then they ignite brighter than ever before, than you've ever seen whenever she transforms. And there's this kind of shadow that comes from her shadow. You can tell easily it's not her shadow. And it flies out of the ground and it flings out and it hits right at the seam where the arm connects to the body for the creature, and it cuts right through it. The arm that is attached to Brandy, it is still attached. Brandy is not able to fight, but she has been freed by the grasp of this creature. The arm doesn't grow back, but the arm on her head goes like limp on her. And the shadow quickly goes back into the ground and flings back into her shadow. And the creature reels back for a moment. John, the claw on your shoulder kind of rips off, though the one on your side is still attached.
I will still take the opportunity to swing for the fences.
For the fence. It is a little distracted at the moment because it's lost an arm, so I'll let you take +1 forward.
Yay! But I don't type the plus.
You don't type the plus.
So it's kind of like the Traveler sheet was when we were playing Traveler.
Yeah.
What? Well, It's a mixed success. It says it's bad, but it's a mixed success, so you're fine.
All right.
On a 7+, you are both going to take harm. The claws try to dig into you more, but you only get 1 harm because of your armor, but your hammer hits, kind of cracking into the arm. It takes a whopping 5, doesn't it?
Let's see, the hammer does 3, and then it's
4,
whatever
5.
the smite gives it, it being a weakness.
This thing is wobbling on its feet a little bit. It still has a hold of you, and even though it's wobbling, it's kind of like pushing you back and forth because of the way it has its grip on you.
Shaking you from one shoulder.
Yeah, this thing is wobbling on its feet.
Okay. Where am I right now again? Sorry. I'm like behind where...
I think you were by the door. You're next to Eli?
Okay. Eli wants to fire off a round of shots into the thing with his revolver.
Okay.
I love how everybody has guns. Except me.
Guns.
I don't have guns.
What's a gun? I don't believe in guns.
And actually, no, you know what? Eli's gonna fire at the egg. Is that okay? Because he's up front. He's near that. Okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You are firing at the egg. I'm just trying to look at your gun. And it's the same sort of ripple effect. It jiggles and shakes, and it takes the harm. Even though it's a mixed success, you don't take any harm. You're firing at the egg, but you can kind of see the egg almost deflate a little bit as you take another shot, as you took another shot at it.
Okay.
What's Lauren doing?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's pretty not looking great. I mean, we're all very stressed at the moment. What do I have? Well, did I have a bag with me? I can't remember what we decided. Did I have something with me? Like
I thought you had your purse or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what she would have. She's like a purse lady or whatever.
Whatever she would care. A yoga bag. A little duffel bag.
A little gym bag, yeah.
A little gym bag.
Honestly. Okay.
You can have whatever she would want. Like, she is in the clothing from, like, earlier that day. That's how you guys started this out.
Yeah.
Even though you went to bed in whatever you went to bed in, you woke up in your clothing and the stuff you had from the day before.
Okay.
Or from the day before you went to bed.
Yeah, okay. Well, I still have that weird heirloom of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out in my bag, because it's a good luck charm, or whatever. Honestly, let's be real, I was probably taking it to the shop.
It clashes with everything else in the house.
Mm-hmm. It just has this weird vibe about it. I don't know if I like it. So I'll drop my bag and I'll like unzip it and like throw it open. And there's kind of, it's not like super long or anything, but it's
super long. If I think you know what you're talking about, you've picked a staff and you've also picked the long?
It's like, yeah, it has like a long artifact on the top.
Okay.
And I'm gonna describe it.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking it's kind of like because I love just things that make no sense.
That's why you're friends with me.
Exactly. And I love you dearly. It's gonna be like this claw, like a claw. You know, like those
claw.
wither.
The
What's
claw.
a claw? The claw. You know, like those withered old monkey paws, kind of like that, but made of.
But like a bird claw.
Yeah, like a bird claw. Meh.
Like a monkey claw, but it's just talons. Okay.
Yes, and it's made of I don't know. What did I decide? Some sort of hard matter. Bone, actually. Yeah, I think that's what I said. Time. So I'll like take it out, and I'm like, okay, this is like literally the only thing I have, and we're not doing great. So I'm just gonna be like, okay. Got this, Lauren. You got this. You do advanced yoga every day. And your butt doesn't even hurt. You are a goddess. And I'll like run up and I'll like I'm so sorry if I die right away. It's been fun, you guys. I'll like run up and like try to swing it. Like wildly, because I'm not like a fighter, I'm a lover.
Okay. What are you aiming at?
Good question. I'll do. What is the biggest threat at the moment? That gross Jaleg or?
Well, the creature has has stopped one of your heavy hitters. Has itself attached to another one.
Yes.
And then the egg has spawned the ghost at the beginning.
Son of a.
Actually,
okay.
You know what? I'll let you do because we haven't done one of these yet. There's a skill called or a basic move called Read a Bad Situation.
Okay.
Okay. If you roll plus sharp on specific numbers, you will be able to ask questions on a sheet.
Okay.
What do I? So if you want to take a quick second, roll plus sharp.
Plus sharp. Okay.
Plus sharp.
Plus sharp. Beep.
Because I can't just.
Well, fuck me.
You don't know. You can.
Okay, whatever.
It's a fail. You can take an experience point for that roll.
Thank you.
So you can also use luck.
Or you can use luck to make it a top to make it a 12.
Sure. Wait. Hold on. I need to read something. Cause oh yeah, okay. Okay, well that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
And you do your thing with my class. Cause there's an effect that happens.
Yep. So you use luck, you get a 12 automatically. So you can hold 3. So you get to ask 3 questions. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims?
I'll say, what is the best way to protect the victims?
Right now, disposing of the creature in front of you. The one that's dealing harm and trying to suck your friends into their body.
Suck my friends.
Yep. Trying to give the bad suck, though. Sorry.
The bad suck. Okay.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Yes.
Alright. Okay, well, I'm gonna fuck that one up. Do I have to ask them? I don't have to ask them all right now, do I?
Nope.
Okay.
If you act on the answers, you get +1 ongoing, so.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna...
You can attack the big boy?
Yeah.
Alright. You roll plus stuff to kick some ass. You can take +1 forward. Tell me what you're doing.
Like I said, just running and swinging.
Okay. Like baseball bat swing, over the head swing.
Yeah.
Golf club.
Golf club swing, kinda. Over the head golf club swing.
Over the head golf club swing.
Yeah.
Are you happy Madisoning this thing?
I am. Yeah.
So you rolled a 9. because you didn't add your +1 forward. It's still a mixed success, but you still do hit it. How much damage does your big artifact boy do? Doesn't matter, because as you hit it, you see, John, you actually feel it sort of like it was almost suctioned to your side and the claws were digging in. It's kind of like just plops off and starts to it falls away from your body as the creature is taking steps back from the hit. You see the arm that was attached to Brandy's head disintegrate and mist off into the ground. And you see the creature starting to dissolve into the cloud of mist you guys know and remember so well from the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
And the creature disappears. Brandy, you are on the ground. You've fallen and you can't get up. You have taken enough harm that it is hard to stand on your feet.
Am I marking down another 2 harm, or is this at?
No, you're not. You're not marking. Okay. You're not marking any more harm. Okay. As the creature falls, you can see in the room the way the egg is shaking and sputtering, and you can see it trying to release another creature, though it's having a hard time.
I'm hitting it with a good old piece of Ma Bell.
Alright.
I will follow that up with a blow of my own.
Just old man on his knees runs over. Clang! There's just the Rosetta. Ding! The bell inside just goes cling.
I love that.
Alright. Make a good roll, boys. You know the kick some ass drill. It's a 9. That's, well, actually both of you hit. You guys aren't going to take any damage. It is a literal egg of jelly. You see it sputter. You can see the hand of the creature that had been trying to pull its way out. And the egg starts to deflate like a balloon almost, and it disintegrates down into the ground. It's not the same as the creature. You can still see the sort of left over goo.
Mm-hmm.
It's stuck there, but the egg is no longer shaking or moving or trying to release another creature onto you guys.
Yay.
Victory.
I ain't having no more of that bullshit.
Well said, man.
Somebody check out Brandy. She looks like she's hurt. Something fierce.
Okay.
Got any more of that whiskey on you?
It's ale, and yes. And I pull out a flask.
Ale, whatever.
I'll go over and try and help her.
What else is in this room?
There is a lot of lockers. There's a couple tables with a bunch of notes and paperwork on it. There's like there's benches and everything. It looks like a small staff room.
I was to say like a nurse's changing room or something.
Something
like a nurse's
like
room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'd like to check out the papers if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. A lot of the
Lauren, check the lockers and see if there's anything you can use to bandage her up with.
Okay.
Sorry.
And I'll go over.
No, you're fine.
Check ye old locker.
Ye old day lockers.
Ye old day lockers.
You find for Lauren, you find a couple things. These are like maybe Tylenol, Advil, nothing really like medical grade, but something that can at least stop the pounding in Brandy's head.
Right.
You can find little kits of like bandages. So
she's just covered in band-aids.
Just covered
in adhesive bandages.
Yeah, just keep patting them everywhere. She's got a couple puncture wounds here or there.
We got to shave around the wounds. She's got all these hairless patches with band-aids.
hairless patches.
Oh my gosh.
He's got the multi-tool out. So he's got the blade shaving carefully.
Oh god, they're like all on her head too.
You did real good, girl.
Brandy, you can heal to harm just from the separate things. I've already taken them off. You're okay.
Thank you.
You are more stable than you were. You've got a bit of a pounding headache, and I mean, your head hurts from, being punctured.
Mhm.
But you are up and a little more ready to go than you were a couple minutes ago. You're doing great.
All right, real quick. 5 more minutes. We will be giving away Observer. So get your keyword in. It's monsters. So get it in now. Monsters is our keyword, and Observer is our game. So if you want to win a game, put in your keyword. Thank you.
Excellent.
Now, do the rest of us heal up any while we take these few minutes to sit around?
Yep. If you want to take some time if you've taken harm, to sort of heal yourself up a little bit, John, I'll say, yeah, you can. I'd say you heal 2 harm as well, same as Brandy.
Okay.
Door opens mysteriously behind you.
There's a cat.
The big ghost monster surprise.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've seen the size of the cats. They are pretty big.
You're not wrong.
They are monsters.
Monty, what were you doing? You were looking over the papers.
Yeah, I want to look at the notes.
The papers, the cases, the files that you see, they're all on one person, a boy named Brody Bright.
Hey, I remember that.
Brody Bright.
Brody Bright.
Well, I remember that. I don't. Monty never got the information on that, so.
Nope. You see notes on how sick he got and how fast he got sick, and you're not sure how it happened, but they're not sure how it happened, but he's been put in a room separate from everyone else, and they're not sure if it's something contagious, so they have to be careful and make sure the daughter stays away. And it's a lot of medical notes otherwise.
All right, I would remember the name Bright because that was on the letter that I saw. Does it have any information about what room he was in? I mean, you can say yes or no. It does. You have to give me a specific.
No, it does. It tells you that he is on floor 9, room 13.
13, lucky number.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
To the elevator.
To the elevator. Away.
Before you guys continue to the elevator, really quick, Eli, you know that the elevator is card locked.
Oh. Yeah. Elevator's not gonna work. We're gonna. What the fuck kind of accent was that? All right.
You were doing great.
I was doing great. I swear to God, I'm slipping into Tane. That's what's happening. I keep trying to go for the southern, and I keep. Anyways.
It's a Southern New Zealander.
Yeah.
New Zealand has a south. Yeah.
I don't suggest using the elevator. It is card locked. It ain't gonna work out so well.
Who card locks a hospital elevator?
Nurses do.
People who don't want
but people need to get up and down. It's a 13-story building.
Well, I mean,
no, it was only 5, wasn't it? It was room 13. My bad.
Yes.
13, yes.
We
5-story building. Yeah.
Well, let's take out the map and take a look and see. Is there any other? You didn't spot any other, like, administrative rooms or offices or anything, did you?
Wait, shit. What?
Look, I know we just fought a monster, and it's a little bit alarming, but did you see any administrative rooms?
Backtrack. Backtrack. No, it's okay. Eli's like, well, there should be a card in this room. That's what we were looking for in the first place.
Right. That's the one thing I forgot to mention.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
It's my fault. Because
Searching the rest of the lockers to see if there's a card on any one of the...
Eli's gonna do the looking for the card to try and find it, because that would probably be his first priority.
I'll help look as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna quietly and carefully reach into my pocket, not my hip pocket, but like one of the pockets on the sides of the cargo shorts.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull something out that's a little shiny, and I'm gonna press it into Lauren's hand. It crinkles as I put it in there.
Aw, good grandpa.
What? Oh.
Surprise,
Thanks,
it's
Grandpa.
candy.
He pats her gently on the cheek. You did real good.
Mm-hmm. I'll just like tuck it in my bra for now. For later.
Oh, Jesus.
Be careful, it might melt.
No, it's a Werther's, not an hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Werther's Hard, like the original Werther's Hard candy.
Yeah,
that shit ain't melting.
it'll last 50
That ain't melting
years,
anytime
it's okay.
soon.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll survive the
Doubles
nuclear
as a
holocaust.
weapon. It does one harm if you wing it at somebody.
Yeah.
You like have a slingshot.
Just the shards break apart and just completely carve their head out.
Oh god!
Yes.
It hurts so bad, and yet it's so sweet and savory. Oh,
I love it.
Oh my god. Looking around and through the lockers, whoever wants to there's one locker that's left. I don't know if both of you guys like are going around the room and come up to the locker at the same time, but as you open
Sorry, hang on just 1 second. We have a giveaway to do. I missed my
yes.
time. I'm so sorry. Alright, here we go. Ready? Triangle!
Yes!
There's one observer. I will drop that to you here in just a few minutes.
Don't
When
mind
I
me,
get a
really
chance
wanted
to.
that game. I really wanted that game for a while. I heard it and I was like,
Alright, back to the game.
you guys come up to the locker, and as you open it, it's actually the only thing in this locker. It's weird, but there's like, sorry, I recognized the name. There's a light at the top of the locker. You don't know if that's, you know, whenever you look at games and you find the item that you need, and there's a light directly on it. That's what it feels like right now. Like, this is the straight, it's just straight up like, here's your sign. Take the key card.
Eli's gonna grab it.
Perfect. You have that in your inventory now. You know where you know where the elevator is. You can easily get there. There's nothing that blocks your path or anything like that. But you can easily get to it within a couple minutes. It's not very far from us.
We're not fighting our way through like hordes of monsters. It's just
ever since the egg was destroyed, it's almost like there's a better air around the hospital. It's a little calmer, it seems, almost, and it's not you see no flickering lights out of the corner of your eye. And maybe unless if you're paranoid and you have a split second of you're like, oh wait, never mind, it's not blinking. There's nothing blinking.
This floor is clear.
You have cleared the floor. Continue to next chapter.
I am concerned about Brandy. I like taking a look at her, make sure she's not wobbling around on us.
Besides Brandy, you can choose if you want to be wobbling around a little bit. But besides a splitting headache, you have healed pretty well from what you can, what you feel. Yeah, it almost feels like you've had a little bit of help in healing. You can heal one harm, another harm.
Okay.
And that sort of second of familiar voice rings through your head of, "Get me what I need." And then it cuts.
The blood of 1,000 virgins!
That'll be on the next floor.
Okay. Just a bath font full of it.
She's gonna shift back to Brandy form and then hold her hand out for her bag.
Oh yeah. I had that. I'll pick it up, dust it off a little bit, kinda hand it over. Sorry, I went through your stuff. I just didn't know what else to do.
He's gonna hand your gun over to you, holding the barrel and holding the handle out to you.
You know, like a normal person handles a gun.
I was gonna see if anybody remembered that, I'll be honest with you.
Okay, so then I am going to get back into my clothes. And yeah, we're gonna
Does that
move forward to room 13. She doesn't want to talk about what just happened.
Once more into the breach.
Once more into the breach. You guys make...
Take a moment to clean my gun, or unjam my gun.
You unjam it with ease. Maybe there was a bit of goo. You don't know how it got there or when it got there, but it's just like splotches out of the gun with no issue, and it's just like, oh, that's gross.
Ectoplasm, dude.
Gross. Mop it up.
Mop it up. Yeah, I'll just kind of like give my weird little claw weapon a little shake, and then put it back in my bag.
There's like a couple splotches of goo that come off, hit the ground.
Alright.
You guys make it to the elevator easily, and as you get in there, Eli, you flash the card, and the elevator doors open. It's a simple elevator. It's nothing special. There's,
not a walk-elevator.
Not a walk-elevator. You surprisingly hear like the old like smooth jazz of elevator music, which is a bit of a surprise because you literally heard nothing around.
Now, does the color of the elevator and the color of the card match?
Color of the elevator?
Yeah, the color of the card. Or is there a light that matched the color before we walked in?
Yeah, there's like 3 elevators. One's green, one's red, one's yellow.
You have to go collect all the cards on the different floor, and then you have to stack all the cards together so that you can actually...
No,
we've all been playing the same adventure games.
You have to open the crafting menu and then combine them all, and then you get the master key card, obviously.
Well, you have to make sure you get the wax from the 3rd floor so that you can actually combine them together. Because that's
And then you can fight the clown monster in the basement.
Of course.
With some really good music by Toby Fox. No.
Thanks, Toby.
This next test is very dangerous. To remain calm in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness.
I'm good for 2 things. I'm good at art and I can quote anything in Portal verbatim.
Fantastic.
And that's it.
As you guys all fit into the elevator,
just this awkward moment of all of us in the elevator, just
picture like Brandy leaning in like the corner. There's like those handles where you can like hold onto it if you're that kind of scared. Brandy's just like leaning over on one. Someone's like bouncing back and forth on the front of their toes to the heels of their feet. Eli has the key card, so he's near the buttons, but you can't press any of the buttons. They're kind of just display, but there's a spot that you can swipe the card over. And as you do that, the elevator starts moving, and it's a weird sort of slow pace. as the elevator starts to ding its way up, and like you hear the ding every time that you hit a floor. 1, 2, 3, and then it hits 4, and the elevator sort of shakes for a moment and stops, and there is no more movement. The doors sort of spring open a little bit, and you can see like some of the floor is you can still see some
It's like stuck between.
Yeah, but it's not enough. Like, it's not like this much that you need to get through. It's like that's what you can see at the bottom of the doors, but the doors have started to open and have like stuck a little bit because you are in between 2 floors. You're technically in between like the 3rd and the 4th floor, but
Oh, delightful.
delightful. The door has stopped on the 4th floor. The elevator has stopped on the 4th floor. And you know that you need to get to the 9th floor, room 13.
Oh, I thought you said 5 earlier too.
I did, actually. But the hospital seems to be changing, because even the map says 5 floors.
Oh.
All
Are
right.
there enough buttons?
It's a Persona dungeon!
It is a Persona dungeon!
The buttons in the elevator... The buttons in the elevator say 10.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
Okay.
that's worse.
So,
I'm gonna push the door closed and then push 9.
Just trying to like slide them close. The buttons are display. It's the key card that gets you going. Eli, if you try swiping it again, the elevator shakes for a second, and then the doors try to open. The floor's still stuck.
okay, so we only got like a small gap at the top, right?
At the bottom. Well,
at the
you have quite a large gap at the bottom. Like, if the doors from like are 7 feet like tall, there's like 2 feet that you see at the bottom of the hole. That is like the floor. Like, if I
So we can easily climb onto the 4th floor.
yeah, you just need to open the elevator doors.
So
Okay.
no,
So,
no,
like,
I
the
am
elevator
right.
doors are,
I'm
like,
right. It's open at
you
the
can fit.
top.
Wait,
Yeah.
one second.
What I asked.
Before anyone climbs out or anything, let me try this. And he kind of pulls like a thing of film out of his thing and sticks it in his camera and gets it all thing, and he like sticks it up through the hole and takes a picture. When he pulls it back down, does he see anything?
There's nothing. You see that sort of familiar little like wisp that you've seen before, like looking for a ghost. It's very far off in the distance, but it's glowing a light sort of pink color.
Well, we might not want to be too hasty about this. There does seem to be a ghost right about in there. If we're gonna go out there, I suggest we do it in a group. I don't want just one person getting up there.
John climbs out the elevator.
One person needs to go up there to begin with.
Well, John's already like halfway through the door. So.
I got my fingers interlocked. I got my hands out for you to help boost you up in there.
About the time Eli gets to, I don't want anybody. John's already, you know.
Are the doors all the way open, or are they only like partially open?
They're partially
Okay.
open. You have to move
Then,
them a little
then
bit.
with Monty helping John up, Brandy is going to put one foot on one side of the door, her hands on the other, and she is just going to pry the door apart. So that John can get out. Since he seems to have the stupid god powers that have been saving his ass thus far.
Okay.
They don't seem all that stupid if they've been saving him. It's true.
Brandy, the door pries open with surprised ease. As you like pull the door apart, it almost like it like it really wanted to open. So as you gave it a little bit of force, it just went whoop, and just opened up.
I'm gonna fall out of my ass then, because I'm expecting
yep.
like a lot of resistance.
Nope, there was like no resistance as you hit this, as you pried open these doors.
I'm not paying attention. I just hear whoop, whoop. I just look
like,
over.
Look over. Oh.
You sure you're feeling all right?
Yes. Yes, I'm
Well.
fine.
All right then.
Can I jump up and like grab the edge of the the
There's
floor?
It's enough of a way that you need a little bit of boost or the momentum behind you to get through.
I've got my fingers interlocked again.
John's through with ease.
Okay, then I'm gonna go up next, and then I'm going to lay flat on the floor and hold my hands down for the next person.
Oh, I was like, why are you laying flat on the floor? You can't help somebody out of an elevator like that. But I thought you were still in the elevator.
No.
So no.
No,
Who's
that's
who's
not
next?
quite how that's gonna work.
Eli, Lauren, which one of y'all is next?
I'll go.
Oh, all right. Let's help the little lady up here.
All right.
And I've got my hands out again to give her a boost, and Brandy pulling her up. So.
Without ease. With ease.
Without ease.
Without ease. Oh no.
With ease.
It's
Right,
hard.
nope,
It's
just
difficult.
slams. Her legs are cut apart.
No.
No.
That's a really strong elevator door, Jesus.
Jump.
You didn't notice it before, but Brandy, you're also missing fingers because there were knives on the door. So no, I'm kidding.
This is
Sorry.
saw.
Secret knife.
Secret elevator door knives.
Which is coincidentally the name of my punk band.
I love that.
You beat me to it. I was gonna say industrial metal, but still.
That's great. I love it.
Lauren, with ease, you are up and out of the door. I'm gonna guess Eli is next.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, fingers
Same.
laced,
Same
hoisting
thing.
him up.
Hands down.
With ease. Who's helping Monty out?
Nobody. Fuck
Or
Honest,
Monty.
let's be
Fuck
honest
Monty.
about it. Of all of us, I bet you Monty probably weighs like almost the least. Lauren probably weighs less than Monty, but that's about it.
Yeah, they're the two lightest for sure.
Okay.
Get my
Because
bony
he's my-
ass up there. I don't want to be in this elevator by myself.
Because he's my grandfather, I will.
Oh, how sweet. Helping the elderly.
Uh-huh.
I got your elderly swinging. Come on, get me up there.
I think there's a Boy Scout badge for that.
Well, Brandy's
Ah.
arms are down, and she's as he extends hands up to her, she's gonna grab onto one of his wrists. And I'm
Both of you
assuming
just
Lauren's
pulling this
doing the
old man
same.
out.
Yeah.
And then, basically, as they're doing it, like, Brandy's just like, okay, now get to your knees, Lauren, and then we're gonna brace our legs against the door so he doesn't pull us in. You laugh. Pulling somebody vertically like that, you have to brace
I
against
know.
something.
No, I know. Just picturing him pulling you guys back in. Sorry. Just caught in a loop. You guys get out of the elevator. The elevator doors take that like slow moment when they do start shutting and you hear the ding after it shuts, and then you don't know if it goes up, you don't know if it goes down, but it is not on that floor anymore.
First, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to first see if we could find another map for this.
You're coming out of the elevator and there is directly a nurse's station right in front of you. So there is a map just off to the side and on the wall.
Hey, I meant to ask you earlier, is this place like covered in dust, or does it seem pretty like clean overall?
It's a little bit dusty, but not like dusty in a way that it's been abandoned for years.
Uh-huh.
More like maybe it just hasn't been used in like a couple months.
Okay.
Everything still looks pretty clean.
Okay,
in a
so hanging around enough like hospitals and other places like that, thanks to my mom being a nurse.
Mhm.
One of the key things I know is that nurses stash stuff sometimes in the most convenient place, which would be the nurses' station.
Mm-hmm.
I want to rifle through the drawers and see if I can find like anything that somebody might have stashed in there. No matter what it might be. Little snacks or anything. Just looking through there.
Little snacks. Do you want to proc your oops then?
Yeah,
Or
you know
you
what?
just
Yeah,
searching?
I'll proc oops.
Okay. as you are going through this drawer, nothing really sticks out at first until you move what seems like a book. Well, like not like not like a medical book. It seems like
somebody
just
stashed their fiction in there.
Yeah, somebody just stashed their fiction in there.
Somebody
So like when they're
stashed their Harlequin novel in there.
Yeah. As you are looking over and through the books, you see. No, you don't see. You find on the bottom of it, as you like are just flipping it over and like ruffling through things with your hands, you see what looks sort of like a puzzle piece. The puzzle piece has the letter M on it. And it's not something that you would have thought was a bookmark or anything like that because it's not in the book. But for everything that's in that drawer, that is the one thing that seems out of place.
Well, that's an M for Monty and an M for mine.
I didn't even think of that.
And I put that in my pocket.
Okay. You now have the letter M.
Eli, I don't believe we've been properly introduced. My full name is Montevallo A. Gunderson. It's a pleasure to have made your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. My name's Eli Hammond, and I'm proud to be a part of this team. Seems like we're all starting to get along quite well, and I appreciate that. Thank you all for covering me back there. I didn't get a chance to say that, but y'all are good. I appreciate it.
Here, have one of these.
And I reach in and grab another Werther's and hand it over.
Oh, I haven't had one of these in a while. Thank you. Appreciate it, Monty.
How many of those do you have?
Enough.
He just has like a pocket.
John, would you like a Werther's?
Sure. Haven't had any of those since the last time. I think the last time I stayed with my great grandfather.
All right.
He'd hide him behind his eye patch. It was kind of creepy.
That's
Wow. God. Wow.
Imagine just.
Just a goddamn minute.
I want you to know something, John, that I've waded through knee-deep shit, bodies, blood, and all sorts of things. I've watched men die right beside me. I've seen a hell of a lot of things as I've traveled coast to coast in my rig. But I think that right there takes the cake of the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's my family.
Yep. There you go. Brandy?
Sure.
All right. And he takes one out and pops one in his own mouth. And then he also takes that little M thing that I found.
And I said, anybody reckon they know what this is? Found it while I was rifling through, searching for things.
Does it open, or is it just like a flat piece?
It's just a flat piece.
Like, how big is it? Like a little puzzle piece? Like,
yep. Well,
like
as
a legit,
you're holding
like,
it, like maybe like that.
So like from a children's puzzle.
Okay.
That would only
not like 1,000-piece puzzle piece. Like, yeah.
No,
okay.
this one has like you can see it with the M. It has 3 flat edges, and then it connects.
The corner.
Else.
Oh, it's a corner piece. That's always good.
That's a good way to start. Always start with the edges.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess we need to find ourselves a staircase or something, since the elevator appears to no longer be a point of egress.
Oh, there's another elevator with another key card, one or the other.
Oh, God.
I wish I was more familiar with this floor, but unfortunately I haven't been off the bottom floor, so hopefully we'll all be able to figure this out, because I'm only running on what I got from that.
Are we getting that same sense of spookiness that we did on the first floor?
No.
Okay. I wanted to make sure, like, it's not, yep, you cleared the first floor, now go find the monster on this floor.
Never-ending floors of monsters. Nope.
Or if it is, a different type of monster on this floor.
All right. In that case, then, does the map like reveal like another like nurse's office or like changing room, things like that, break room? That's kind of what I was looking for.
As you are looking over the map, you you're looking for names, right? Because most maps are marked, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking over the words, you actually notice that all of the words are blurred. They're all blurry. And
he just holds it at arm's length and tilts his head up and down, and then hands it to Lauren. Oh, you can give that a look, please.
my hands are going.
Take a look at
that. Lauren, as you look it over as well, you get the same effect. You notice that all of the words are blurry.
It's blurry.
Whew, thank God. I thought maybe my eyes were finally going. All right. That was a close one.
Can anybody else figure this out, maybe?
What else is
and I'll, like, hold it out or whatever.
You all surround the map to look and read. All of you get the same effect. You cannot read any of the words.
Fantastic.
Now, the lines
My
of
name's Eli, I'm 32 and I never fucking learned how to read.
is it just the words or like the lines that clearly denote where rooms and hallways and things are? Are they blurry as well, or is it just the words?
Just the words.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Looking on there, is there a stairwell or anything that clearly shows like the lines that marks a stairwell?
No.
Another elevator, maybe, perhaps.
Elevator. It marks the two. There are two elevators, and they are both behind you across from the nurse stations.
Okay.
You entered one, and there is another one. The light is not on for that one, though.
Well, then I say we start searching the floor and see what we can find.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use another ability.
Let's do it. Silence.
I'm going to use Don't Worry, I'll check it out.
Okay. Whenever you go off by yourself. Okay. Which way would you like to go? I will say you guys do feel a sense of you're not frightened, you don't feel scared, you don't feel uneasy. This floor feels sort of normal. I'll say that.
Right.
Sorry, which way would you like to go?
I'm going to go down the hall past the non-working elevator.
Okay.
And just kind of looking at each room carefully as I go, and I've got my gun out again just in case.
I'll be right back. Y'all wait right here.
There he go.
There he go.
There he go.
Adios.
Adios, amigos. You can go ahead and mark experience. As you are walking down the hallway on your own, nothing seems out of the ordinary, except for the fact that words and like where you'd see a nameplate for a room for just like who's in the room, it's blurry, almost like a chalkboard that has just been wiped off but like hasn't been properly cleaned off.
Yeah, you were talking about that like on the first floor too, like how they
lot of
wipe, but not completely.
But on the first floor, the only difference is whenever you were able to actually see and read words, there you could read words. Like you could read like bathroom, men's room, women's room, break room, cafeteria, that kind of thing. You'd be able to read those words. On this floor, you managed to do a quick lap. It doesn't seem like an overly large floor. But all the
rooms are on the outside edge, and like there's part like it makes a ring. Okay.
Yep. But there's nothing that seems dangerous. Like there's a couple of operating rooms. There's like just regular ward rooms, single persons or multiple persons. Vending machines, water fountains, so on and so forth.
Do the vending machines have snacks in them?
They do.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
What kind of snacks?
I want to use my multi-tool and see if I can get the door open.
On the vending machine?
On the vending machine.
All right. You know what? Give me a roll under pressure. I'm pretty sure that's sharp.
Oh, come on. Monty's the type that he'd have change in his pocket.
Cool. It's a cool roll, sorry. Look at that. 7 to 9, the keeper's gonna give you a worse outcome. Well, I'm not gonna give you a worse outcome. You see good snacks. The good snacks are expired. I'm sorry.
No!
The kind of like granola bars that are okay. They've got a good date on them. You could eat those. As you swing open the glass door, in the bottom corner, you notice another white piece inside that looks like it could be part of a puzzle piece.
Yoink!
As you pull it back, you see the letter E.
E. Oh shit, this is like Twin Peaks.
Oh no.
Everybody look under your fingernails.
Alright. Any of the chips any good?
Yeah. There's like puffy Cheetos, crunchy Cheetos.
Anything that's awesome. Anything that's good. And the granola bars. I'm taking them back. Bars. I'm taking them back. Oh, is there a soda machine too? Or is it just the fountain?
Yeah, the soda machine is already open. You can see like a couple cans of like Coke and Sprite.
A can of Mellow Yellow in there.
One can of Mellow Yellow.
Oh, fuck Mellow Yellow, God.
And there's a couple water bottles, but it looks mostly like it has been cleaned out.
All right. Well, again, anything that I can collect, I'm gonna just arm it and carry it away to the crew.
All right.
The squad.
Hey, look, I come bearing gifts. I even found a granola bar for you, Lauren. Here you go.
Oh, thank you, I'm starving.
And a
I'll,
bottle
rip
of
it
water.
open. And start chomping.
I look at the Doritos and I look at Eli and go,
"Yep, this is for you."
Thank you. I appreciate it. These look a little expired. That's all right. I've ate worse. I can handle it. It's a gift, Eli. You gotta be nice about gifts.
He's reminding himself, like, completely out loud.
Yeah.
There I was, neck deep in rice fields in Vietnam. Nothing to eat but bugs.
All right.
Stripped the bark off a tree and used it like a plate. It's a hell of a time.
Well, that's certainly something, sir.
Hey, Eli.
What do you had rice? Those are the rice fields?
Eli.
Like raw rice?
Yeah.
Just
What?
Remember,
No.
Hakuna
Don't take
Matata.
away your cover. What I'm trying to say is, Doritos are a damn sight better than a grub.
Yeah, I dare say that's true.
and there's the sound of a stale crunch as he bites into a cheese puff that's like eating
It's not-
styrofoam.
Yeah, it's not even like a crunch. It's like
It's just like a soft.
Yeah, it just kind of melts in your mouth.
I'm sorry I gave you spider Cheetos.
Delicious.
Would you like some water?
And there's like some powder.
He takes the can of Coke and pops the top on it. It doesn't even hiss. It's just like
syrup.
It's just.
Oh God.
Ah, well, whatever. I lived a long life. It's warm and flat.
Yum.
If there's a nurse's station, there's probably a hand wash station in the nurse's station.
Mm-hmm.
She is just gonna take one of the. Do you still have the coffee mug?
Yeah.
She's gonna clean the coffee mug out and she's gonna get herself a cup of water.
I had a bottle of water. Another bottle of water.
Came back with bottles of water.
Okay. No use. There's no need to open that just yet. We'll hold on to it.
There are also water fountains.
You turn it on and black sludge.
I'm sure the Coke would be flat. It would be warm though, but I'm sure it wouldn't be flat.
There's
Well, I
like a
don't know.
little like fizz.
I don't know. I don't know how long has it been there.
It's been open. Maybe some of them were on the floor, so they had like hit the ground and were like
yes.
shaking a bit.
The bottoms of them have pooched out. You're like,
yep.
I ain't opening that one. Like a liquid bottle rocket. Just put that on a stick, open it, watch it hit somebody in the eye.
Gosh.
Bon appetit.
Actually, I never even said you. As you look at the snacks, you know what a Doritos package look like, so it is a Doritos package, but the word is blurred.
Like
even on the.
I got you.
Like in a video game where they can't legally show the.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we're not
to me, it looks like
Doritos,
a.
Cokes, or Cheetos.
It looks like a package.
Yeah.
No, guys, it's RC Cola.
Obviously, RC.
Or President's Choice. Or a no
healthy and strong.
Sam's. It's generic name soda.
Generic name soda, but that you still can't read because it's all blurred.
Yeah.
Have we considered that this hospital might be a manifestation of our deepest psychological fears and problems, and that we might actually be in Silent Hill?
He's just holding the can. He's just holding the can out in front of himself and goes,
I think I understood a few of those words.
John has considered the fact that this may be the manifestation of that sick boy's mind, and that we may be essentially trapped in a video game.
Silent Hill. Silent Hill.
Please God, no.
You know, the bottom floor was like Pac-Man.
It's better than Until Dawn.
I'll tell you.
Is it really?
You know what, John? You might not be far off. So, Ray Bradbury, and actually, I tell you what, Rod Serling, Twilight Zone. There were a couple of great.
Twilight Zone.
Calm down. Calm down.
That was a New Zealand accent. Tane's here.
You're doing so great, and I love you so much.
Anyways, there was this, I think it was one episode of that, it might have been something else, but where they were fighting through like all this strange terrain, and it come to find out that it was actually like fighting off the internal manifestation of the illness within their own bodies. So,
like, well, that's not a Texan accent. It's fine. So like Osmosis Jones.
The what now?
There's a movie where there's a funny little guy, and he's I get what you're saying. I just like Osmosis Jones.
That's that movie that like was the cartoon viruses and stuff.
Yeah, that one.
Cute.
I don't really watch too many cartoons.
I never.
Well, I mean, there was a live action part too. It was.
Yeah.
Anybody I know in it?
Bill Murray. Yeah,
Bill Murray. Damn, I love him. He's funny. You ever seen Caddyshack?
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck, that's required watching.
And with the topics of movies and maybe the ideas of being trapped inside of a video game or a manifestation of some sort, we leave our group on the floor with no words, and that's where we'll call it tonight.
Fantastic.
Well,
I can hear V just fucking crying.
I've made Ghost by accident.
I
a
hear
huge
the
thanks.
tears, and I love it.
Well, a huge thanks to V, who was our keeper, to Maddie, who played Brandy, to Jack, who played Lauren, to Jason, who played John Modison, and to Cal or Atlas for joining us playing Eli. Thank you very much for coming along. I hope you had a fun time on your vacation. It looked good.
Honestly, I'm big jealous that you got to have fun time.
I have a lot of pictures.
And as always, I am the Dire Bear GM, Captain Sack, aka Heath, who was playing
Monty Hugh J. Gunderson.
Anyways, we hope you guys will join us next week, but also we have a game coming up on Monday, and then on Tuesday, Jason is taking the reins, leading a group through science fiction shooty McShooter stuff. in Esper Genesis. On Monday, we are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition with Foundations of Adelar. And also like to give a huge shout out to all of our winners tonight. We had Crying Ghost, we had Chibi, we had, God, who else won there tonight?
Me!
Yeah! Ritual Blush. And so huge shout out to you guys for winning. A huge thanks to JT and Bubba, and especially Chibi and Callie for joining us and hanging out. And to everybody who is watching, we really do appreciate you guys. This Friday will be a special showing of me running Star Wars Edge of the Empire as we play a live game locally here at Lucky Dice Cafe. We'll be broadcasting here on Twitch as well as several viewings on Facebook. If you know a group or part of a group you'd like to do the showing, feel free to send me a message. Join our Discord. Follow us here. Follow us on YouTube. If you can drop a sub, we love it. We love having those things. But if not, your viewership is fantastic. And with me prattling on there for the last minute or so, I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.